Yoi. Now, first move of Heian Yondan with the arms. There's lots of different variations. Many years ago, I used to really enjoy the timing we used to use, which was fast and then slow. And then we turned fast and then slow. I know some groups still do that. I used to really like that. When the JK started doing the whole thing slow and smooth. So that's the one we're going to do today, slow and smooth. There's not many people do correctly, to be fair. Applications for the first, these moves. I was always taught blocking and striking. So whether it be spear hand to the throat, shuto to the neck, or teisho to the nose, the applications, basic application is here. And then for this one, you know, when this arm blocks up, similar sort of thing. So someone coming from the front, blocking up and striking. In the kata, it's here. One of the applications is here, and then again here. So we used to practice 3 basic applications with each first move. But there's also, we'll go over this next week, a really cool takedown with the arm. Someone punching, and you're using this movement here to take them down across the arms. That's really cool. But we're going to be working on the kata in detail, so here we go. Okay, yours. First move. From here, the hands don't move. They just open. So as my body weight drops, the hands are going to open at the same time. As my body weight drops and my hands open, I look to the left. As I drop, look to the left and open my hand, my left foot starts to move. Now the arms, try not to do this. This is what a lot of people do. Stop, and then the arms start moving. As soon as you start the move, the arms don't stop. So as soon as I start the move, these arms start to move also. Okay, yoi. So, if you look to the left, slowly drop down the weight, hands open, and extend into the first double block. Ready? 1. Then from here, transfer your body weight and twist to the left leg. 2. Hands just drop down. Just simply drop down to the left arm. Look, elbow, hand just drops. Right hand, drop. From here, 2. And then slowly, 3. Okay, back to the start. Okay, so with this move, 3 to 4 seconds. Slow, come on. Come on, it's not, try not to do this, guys, as well. A lot of people do this sort of thing. And then at the end of the move, they do this. I can remember training with Sugimoto and he was laughing hysterically. We were watching on an old VHS video, the World Championships, and there was a guy doing unsu. And he was very dynamic and very athletic. But when he got to this, when he'd done this first move, Sugimoto Sensei was intently watching. And then when he got to this bit here, he went like this at the end. Fast. And Sugimoto Sensei just went, and then just started laughing and couldn't stop laughing. He couldn't understand why us Westerners, some of us do the moves like that at the end. The slow, controlled moves, we suddenly speed up at the end. People with Heian Yondan like this. When they get to the end, they sort of speed up and kamae. No, it's a slow, controlled kamae. So the movement stays slow and smooth. Yoi! Looking to the left, drop the weight, open the hands. 1. Transfer the body weight and keep moving. 2. Remember, on the first move, the right arm comes up in front of the forehead. It rolls up. So it's like agyuki, it's like the old-fashioned agyuki. The old-fashioned agyuki, the old way, was the arm would come across the stomach and it would roll up like this. That's this move. Open hand, it rolls up in front of the forehead. So the arm rolls up. So when I'm on this side, when I change, this arm rolls up. It rolls up in front of the forehead. It's got to be a bit slower. Some of you are doing it too fast. Control. It's zanshin. So zanshin. So there's the aggressor, and they're getting ready to attack, and you're literally going, and you're ready. Ready. So have that feeling on the first two moves of being ready. Focus. Don't let the eyes wander. Ready, guys? First move. You're 1, 2. Remember, the hands are in the shuto position. So the thumb is pulled back tight on top, not folded across. So the hands are in the shuto position, which is the thumb pulled back and tight. The wrist is straight. Try not to have a bend one way or the other. Try and keep it dead straight down the back of the wrist. Time the movement with your breathing and your intention. And that intention, when you're here, kamae, mind, focuses, everything comes to a point. So everything focuses inside, you're ready. You're ready. And then on the second move, you're ready. Ready to explode on the third move. So that feeling of preparing to fight, I know these are applications, but remember in the kata, it's a slow move. So there's not much in the way of application when it's smooth. It's kamae. It's that feeling. It's a feeling. On that first move and that second move is the fighting feeling, ready to fight. You're prepared. You're ready to fight to the bitter end. That's that attitude you must have. So focus. Okay, joy. Last time, guys. Hajime. Okay, then just standing up. Okay, so from here, the arms here. So this is the way we'll do this today. There's different variations of this, but if you could just bear with us today and try this one. From here, when I go to, so I've got my right foot in front. When I bring my left leg up, my left arm comes across, but my right arm stays there. My right stays, my left goes across the front of the wrist. And then I start to step, I form fists, and then do the Jujuzuki. So, to this position, just standing up high, guys. Left arm comes across, and left foot. 1. Now, the right side of my body is out. Now, do a little step on your left leg, drive off your right leg, look, and then the arms direct. 2. Just today, guys, we'll do Gidambarai, Tatazuki. So we're blocking and striking. Now, yeah, we'll go into applications in a moment. Okay, take your stance, guys. Coco dash, back stance. So watch me here. I've kept the same height. My knees are bent, and my left arm's come across. Actually, my right arm does move a little bit. Comes down a little bit. 1. And then from here, 2. Gidambarai, Tatazuki. I know I've told you this before, but it brings back horrible memories for me of my instructor saying, Linden, kick me my geri. Just sparring, moving around, just kick my geri, any leg, when you want. And as I kicked my geri, he would move to the side, deflect the kick, and then try and punch me in the ankle. And he kept doing it on both sides. So he would block. So he'd go off centre line. So if I kicked him here, he would move to the side, and as he deflected the kick, he would try and punch my ankle. So, oh, it was horrible. He only caught me a couple of times, and I hate to admit it, but I probably bottled out the kick a couple of times, I swear. Afterwards, he said, best application for Jujuzuki, along with someone attacking with a low punch, and you're blocking and then striking over the top Tatazuki. He always said to me, if there's someone who can really kick, you're never going to get close to them to do Jujuzuki. Because when you do Jujuzuki on a front kick and you stop their kick, you have to move in really close. So in other words, they have to be just starting the front kick for you to do that. I never have understood the application, to be honest. And he always said to me, someone who's a good kicker, you're never going to get that close. So he hated that application, Jujuzuki for a kick. Well, I must admit, we did practice it long and hard as stopping a kick. It was pretty brutal. So me personally, I prefer blocking a low punch and striking over the top. Blocking a kick and striking the ankle. They're much better applications in my eyes for Jujuzuki, a low Jujuzuki. Okay, back to the second move, guys. Watch me here. 1. Now, arms. Drive off the right leg. Come round, showman square. 2. Okay, one more. Second move. 1. So I'm in this position here, look, my right leg is bent. My hands are quite high, head height. Then from here, as fists, as I push the arms, I drive off the right leg and I drive the right side of my body round. So as everything drives into Jujuzuki. 2. Just try 3 times. From here, look, up and through without stopping. Don't stop halfway. Right hip. So I'm going to do it in a high stance. Watch my right hip here. You've got to drive your right hip round. Oh, okay. Before, go to the second move, guys. Second move. I want you to do that move fast. So from here, I want you to come up with the left leg and into Jujuzuki fast. In terms of applications, we'll do some applications. I've got a really cool move that you'll really like, this takedown. Someone swinging. It is a really good technique. And these applications we'll go through, whether it be Nukute to the throat or Shuto as you come around here. Okay, we'll go through these applications. But in the Kata, it's all about kamae, being ready, focus. He draws in. Lots of karateka, when they do the first two moves in Heian Yondan, as the black belts will know and senseis will know, it's very hollow. So they do this. And they try and look pretty. There's just nothing there. Or they pull a face. But it's like a hollow egg. There's just nothing inside. Your slow movements have to have content inside you. That feeling of zanshin, of fighting, of being ready, of preparing to go all the way. Okay, you've got to have that attitude.
Very good. So we've got our left leg forwards going to the front of the dojo, right arm is on top. So the next one, we're going to go forward into back stance, kokutsudachi, with the right leg. So we'll just forget about the arms for a second. Remember, when you step forward in back stance, you push off the back leg, you pull off the front leg. And remember, once the weight passes the left leg, it goes no further. So my weight is already where it needs to be. So all I'm going to do is pivot sharply the back hip, and I'm going to keep my weight back and go into back stance. So for instance, I don't want the weight to keep going, and it ends up, as you can see, sort of my weight is sat in the middle. So you want to go forward as it passes this back leg, it stays over the back leg, and you pivot into back stance. So that's what the legs are going to do. And the block is Morotuki, so it's augmented double arm block. Again, there's a few variations on the preparation for this block. You see some people bring it back to hikite, some people bring it back to bring it forward. The one we're going to do tonight is the one I've shown you before, where I just want the arms to drop down to the side, and then they're going to roll in. So we'll do it by 2 counts to start off with. All I want you to do is the left arm, which is underneath, is going to come slightly just to your left, very slightly to the left. And as you do this, that right arm is just going to turn. So it's like the Tatazuki at the moment, palm out. Just going to come slightly to the left, and that right arm is going to twist. Itch. And then on the next count, we're going to make that step into the back stance. As you finish the step, all you're going to do is roll the arms around so they finish to the front. So the right arm, which is on top, is going to finish with that crisp forearm twist that we're always talking about to get the stop. And that left arm, which is underneath, is just going to roll alongside, and you feel the 2 small knuckles. So we normally hit with the 2 big knuckles. The 2 small knuckles just feel like they're pushing just above the elbow. So this is where my elbow is, hand just above. So from this position, preparation, step forward, Muratuki. That was just to highlight sort of the preparation. And this is done smoothly, guys. So they drop, and roll. So like I say, it's called sort of that double arm block or augmented block, supported block. Sort of the idea that this back arm is giving sort of a little bit of extra support to that block. But what I suppose you'd really be doing is sort of you block in here, and then you're going in with the strike. So it's virtually the same shape, but it's just the front arm is doing the block, and then that supporting arm is doing the attack. Okay, so we've got our right leg forward, right arm in front, left arm supporting. So I know we've done this combination before, but it creeps up a lot and it's very complicated. So we're going to break it down again. So I've got my right leg forward. I'm going to bring my left leg up, and I'm going to point my knee going to my left. My left foot is by my right knee. So I'm going to come forward. As my knee comes up, knee pointing to the left, I'm going to bring my hands to hikite. So my right hand comes to the usual hikite spot, left hand on top, palm facing the body. So I'm going to come up, look to my left, knee going to the left. And here we have the same as Heian Yondan, red belt kata. So the left hand, the hand on top, is going to strike uraken, back fist. And this is going to hit out and stop with the back fist. It's going to jodan, so it's in line with your head. And with the back fist, again, you want to be hitting with the 2 big knuckles. So I don't know if you can hear the difference. When you hit with the back fist, you don't want it to be the flash of the hand. You can hear that sort of clapping noise. It's still with the 2 big knuckles. So what you actually want to have is a slight bend in your wrist. So you wouldn't be hitting with the flat. You'd be hitting with the knuckles sort of going to the temple. So that's what your left arm does. As your left arm strikes out, your left leg is going to kick Yokogari Kyagi. So I know a lot of people struggle with this kick. So we'll just talk about that briefly. So as you can see, I've sort of got this V shape with my leg. So my knee is going in the direction I'm kicking. My kicking foot is right down by the opposite knee. It's not a big hip movement, but I am going to lift my hip. And as you can see, as I'm lifting that hip, my foot is starting to come out. So that's what you want to do. Then you kick, hit with the edge of the foot, and then it's going to snap back to where it started. So what a lot of people do is it sort of goes out fine, and then it comes back like a moashigari. You see where my heel has sort of come back towards my backside, like we've been practicing over the last few weeks. It wants to go up and then come back to where it started. Yeah? So we've got the arm that thrusts and the leg that snaps. So my left foot has done the kick, my left hand has done the strike. I'm just going to place my left foot down. I'm going to keep my weight on my right leg. I'm going to place my left foot down. And as I do this, I'm going to open my left hand. San. Now from here, I'm going to drive off that back leg. I'm going to drive into Zenkutsu-dachi, front stance. As I do this, I'm going to bring my left hand in sharply. And as I do this, Mawashi MP, round elbow with the right. Okay, so just imagine someone's coming in. So this could be a block. You've blocked with the Uraken, you've caught, Kyagi'd. From here, you're landing close, you've caught again, and then you're driving in with that Mawashi MP. So we do it by the same count. So remember, with this left leg, you want to lift it immediately to the left. So for instance, what I don't want to see is this foot sliding forward and then going to the left. I don't want to see it going forward and then out. It goes immediately up to the side. Immediately up to the side. As you bring the hands to Hikse, keep the weight on the right leg. Just touch down with the left foot, open that left hand. San! And from here, just like we've been talking about a lot in the basic recently, driving off that back leg. So we're not stepping again, Carl. Yeah, we've got our left leg forward, driving off that back leg. Mawashi MP. So let's try it by one count. Okay, guys? So remember, you come up onto one leg. The arm thrusts, the leg snaps. Land! And drive into Zenkutsu-dachi. Just make sure. So the Mawashi MP, palm is facing the floor. So if my hand was open, the palm would be going down, and of course, it's a fist. The left hand, which is the catching hand, make sure you've not, you see how my fingers have become splayed and I've sort of grabbed my elbow. It remains in the Shuto position. So fingers together, thumb in, like Sensei Huckle explained at the start of the class. So you don't sort of grab, don't catch your arm. You keep it in the Shuto position. So we've done that on the left side. Now we have to do it on the right. And with the right side, this starts with a half step. Again, I know there's sort of a few variations for this. What we're going to do tonight, as I make the half step, I'm going to keep my upper body completely still. So all I want you to do is bring that left leg underneath so that it can take the weight. Yeah, so for instance, you don't step, feet together. Just a half step, bring that leg underneath so that it can take the weight. Pitch. From here, just like before, I'm gonna lift my knee. I'm gonna bring my hands to Hikse. This time it's left hand in the regular Hikse position, right hand on top, palm facing in. And I lift my right knee direct to right side, making sure that right foot is right next to the opposite knee. Knee! So now we have a right arm that thrusts. Remember that slight bend on the wrist, so you hit with the knuckle. And you lift the right hip, snap, and thrust the arm. So I drop, so my weight is on my left leg. I touch down with the right, and I open this right hand. Chi! And then I drive off that back leg. So Robbie, you want to hold this left side back. See, I'm still open here. So yeah. So I'm still open. And then from here, you want to spring all of this in. Drive in Mawashi MP. No count. So the first count, just bring that left leg underneath. Itch. Then we prepare. Hands to Hikse, right knee up. Knee. Uraken with the right. Kyagi with the right. So. Land. So my body is open here. My body is in the side on hand-me position. As I touch down, then I open the right hand. I want to keep my body open. So for instance, as I land, I don't do this. You see how I've turned? I want to keep all of this back. Land. Shi. And then I've got all of this to drive in on the MP. So you step, you prepare, strike and kick together, land, and then drive in. The timing of this kick is slightly different to, for instance, the kick in Heian Yondan. So Heian Yondan, after you make the maigeri, everything drives in and stops together, yeah? With Heian Yondan, with this kick, this timing is slightly different. The landing is first. You land first, and then driving afterwards. So it's not 1-2, but it's 1, as opposed to everything finishing together. So remember, you're dropping. It's slow and smooth and continuous in. Then the same. Then everything coming in. So you're feeling this tension. Everything's on the right leg. And then driving forward. Then this smooth transition round into the marotte, and then both Kyagis left and then right. We have got our right leg in front, going to the right. So this next movement is not a step. So this next movement, I'm not going to make a step with my left leg, yeah? What I am going to do is drive off my right leg. So I'm going to pivot and transfer my weight. So I'm currently in front stance with my right leg. I'm going to finish front stance with my left leg, yeah? So there's no step, you're driving. As you do this, the left hand drops and the right hand prepares. So the right hand is preparing for that dog strike that we've all done before in the basic. Coming in, yeah? Make sure it's coming on a slight arc, finishing in line with your neck. So for instance, it doesn't go straight like a nukse, nor does it do this big circular movement. Yeah, coming in on an arc, hitting round. The left hand is agyuki. So it drops, and then as you drive, it lifts and finishes in front of your forehead. So as you drive, you're preparing with the left and the right, driving in. I'm going to be right. If that's the front of my dojo, I don't finish with my legs sort of going forward, where I finish in this very wide stance. My legs end up going sort of on a 45-degree angle, but my arms and body are going straight. So I don't finish this way. Legs going on a 45-degree angle, weight over the left leg, arms and body going straight. Try again. And one final point, guys, and this is mainly for the seniors, but you can all practice this. When you drive off your right leg, I want you to try and drive off the heel. Okay? So, what I mean by that, I'm gonna go from here so you can see. If I pivot, I want to send my weights that way. Yeah, so I know you're going to that front, I've just gone to this side so you can see. So that's the front of my dojo. I want to send my weight that way. If I pivot on the ball of the foot, the back side of this body actually ends up going away from the direction I want to go in. Yeah. So if I want to send my weights that way, if I pivot on the ball of the foot, that side of the body ends up going that way. I want to go that way, go on the ball of the foot, my body ends up going that way. Yeah. If I pivot on the heel, it goes that way. Yeah. Very small, simple change, guys, but it makes such a big difference. If you go on the ball of the foot, you're trying to send this side of the body in that way, go on the ball of the foot, it's going backwards. Go on the heel, it's going forwards. Yeah, it makes a tremendous difference. Yeah, guys, and of course, that sort of technique comes up an awful amount in our kata. Yeah, so try and think about which part of the foot we want to pivot on. Okay, so let's just try that one more time from the Mawashi MP. So think about the shape. So this left arm is dropping and then coming straight up the middle. So for instance, it's not coming from the outside in, straight up like an agyuki. That right is bending and coming round shto. And the last point, we're driving into a senskutsu that's on a 45-degree angle. And if you can, on the heel to send the weight in. First ki. So like Sensei's just been working on using sort of that compression, almost that torque feeling to drive forwards. Block with the left, strike with the right. Okay, good. Now, like I said, I know there's a few different ways to do this next movement. This is the way we're going to practice it tonight. So on the first count, all I want you to do is you're going to kick front kick with the right leg. If you can, it's to Jodan, sort of the feeling of just kicking beneath the right hand. If you can't, Chudan or Gidan is, of course, absolutely fine. But as you make the maigeri, try and keep the hand still, the left leg still, kick, and just hold. Itch. Okay, and then just relax that right leg, but remember where it is. So I'm just going to come down so you can see. So I'm in this position, just imagine I've got my right knee up. From here, this left hand is going to block down Osayuki, pressing block. So the left is going to block down. As the left blocks down, this right arm prepares high. So my left hand goes down and my right arm comes high. So they essentially swap. Yeah? So from here, I've done the kick. I'm going to block with the left and prepare the right. Knee. From here, I'm going to send my right leg forward, and my right leg is going to be bent like it's ready for Zenku dash. San. Now from here, 4 things are going to happen. First thing, my left leg is going to come up. Kosudachi. So from this position, my right leg is going to stay still, and my left leg is going to come behind. So my knees are together. My left shin is touching the back of my right leg, and I'm on the ball of the foot of the left leg. So my heel up is the back, and the weight is down, Kosudachi. So the right leg is exactly the same as Zenkutsu, with that left leg tucked behind. So that's what my leg does. As I bring that left leg up, my left hand comes back to Hikite, and my right hand will strike down Uraken. So that right hand comes straight down the middle, striking back fist. And then as I do those 3 things, the 4th and final thing I do, is Kiai. Chi! Yes, very good. Nice, Chris. And then go back to the Shito and Shukuichi. So we'll try it again to that count. So the first count, try and keep the left leg still, the hand still, as you make the maigeri. Itch. Block and prepare. Knee. Right leg into Zenku. San. Left leg comes up, left hand comes back to Hisei, right hand strikes down Uraken and Kiai. Chi! And one more time from the Agyuki Shito. So try it lightly and try it by 1 count. So again, though the kick has a definite snapback, you don't stop at any point in this combination, guys. A few things that can go wrong, sort of like I was saying right at the start, you can sort of have the arms coming out as you make the kick. And what can also happen is people sort of leap in. So they'll sort of leap in with the strike with the right leg, and then it will just be that left leg coming up behind. The hit is with the left leg. So the hit is with the left leg. Yeah, guys, so that's when the body weight is going in, and that's when you want everything to hit at the end. So it's smooth, maigeri, prepare, land, and strike. And like we said the other day, your zen at the end, so you're natural. So for instance, when I do that Uraken, I don't make a big deliberate body rotation. I don't make a big deliberate body rotation. It's just where sort of you have that natural push with the right side as you come in. That's where the body finishes. So try that whole sequence up to the first kiai. The legs had finished, and then the arms were still going all on their own. Yeah, so everything has got to start and finish. So even though I've stopped moving my feet, you've still got to have that feeling of developing that stance, and you're dropping, the weight's dropping, and you're pushing the knees out, and then everything finishes together. Don't just sort of plant your feet and then arms on their own. Yeah, particularly for this slow. You wouldn't, for instance, do that if it was fast. Yeah, everything would be together. So it's the same feeling here. Yeah. Start again. This first 4. Hajime. And then bend, and you're sinking, and you're tightening the muscles, and then the same on the other side. Okay. So I know we're only doing it light, guys, but particularly when we go fast, it's important I see a distinct difference between the slow movements and the fast techniques. Yeah, so I don't want a sort of a slow movement that's sort of half and half, then a fast movement which is half and half. Yeah, slow is slow, fast is fast. And then we're going to do the 2 Kyagi's techniques. So remember, you lift the knee immediately. The arm thrusts with the hand in the correct position. The leg snaps. You touch down first and drive up the heel in. Then you stay low as you step. And then, of course, the same on the other side. This feeling of contraction. So even here, you can be everything squeezing in, bang, and then release. Then hands still as you kick. Prepare, land, strike, and Kyai. We're facing 12 o'clock. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 o'clock is where I'm going to send my left leg. Okay?